that thank you, I'd like to introduce Senator Hwang to give his take.
Thank you, Senator Fazio, and thank you all for being here, the municipal leaders, council government leaders, my fellow senators. I have the incredible privilege of representing many of the communities that will be dramatically affected, from Fairfield, Easton, Newtown, and Bethel. But for me, it's much more broad. It is an issue of governance. And it seems ironic that we're talking about two institutions that seems to betray the trust that people have placed in it, because they're essential parts. Government, in regards to how this bill was passed in the dark of night, in a special session without transparency and accountability. And also our utilities that are the monolithic, the entities that provide essential services but aren't always seem to be good community partners and transparent and accountable in how they do their business. So for me, first and foremost, this sale represents a real concern in lacking transparency and accountability, and I'm truly concerned about the governance moving forward should this pass, that we no longer have public utility reviews in regards to its rates, governance, and how it operates day to day. Not to mention the financial structure in which that has been detailed by many of my colleagues. But a second part is much more poignant for me. It is the impact on residents. The ratepayers that will be paying over 10 years a 65% increase, has provided in testimony under oath by the Aquarion leaders that has not been heard in public. And secondly, the loss of tax revenue to our municipalities will translate into higher property taxes. I know we've heard about the issue of affordability, higher water rates, higher property tax rates. It has made our municipalities and the constituents we represent consider Connecticut unaffordable. But a third factor that isn't always mentioned is the fact of environmental sustainability. Water is one of the most precious commodity. It is essential to life. It is one of the pride and joys in our communities. But nevertheless, this regulatory change takes it out of the hand of stringent controls and insurance for sustainability, preservation, and ultimately safety. One of the legislations that we passed on a bipartisan basis is to address PFAS removals in our water systems. Nevertheless, we're not sure they will fully comply with that issue. So again, let me repeat, governance, property taxes, and rate increases affecting consumers, and ultimately the accountability for environmental sustainability and preservation. These are issues that are critical, and that's why I urge that we reject the docket tomorrow and begin anew and probably search for a new buyer, or to put in standards of regulation and guidelines that ensure that our utilities and our government hold people accountable, transparent, and accountable. Thank you.